Hi, how's it going? Today I have another interview, this time with Dany. They are an animation student, illustrator. They share a unique perspective on being trans in our modern world. I hope you enjoy. If you're new here, my name is Andrea Pimentel. Pronouns are she, her. I'm trans, non-binary. On this channel, I share my journey through transness, and on a day like today, other people's journey.
I'm Dany Deshandajuancourt, and I am currently a student. I'm going to school for animation. Pronouns are they, them. It's been a little bit of a roller coaster because when I first came out, it felt really nice. I came out to my mom and then my dad, and then I came out at Thanksgiving to like my California family. I have family in Wisconsin that I'm still like fully not out to. But with my family here, I've sort of over the course of being out learned a lot less than I thought they were. They're more like face value, like, I don't know, performative activism feeling with a lot of them, except for my older brother. He's great.
Did changing the way you dress help in any way, coming out as non-binary?
I think it plays a pretty big role for me. For the first time, I am comfortable enough to have my hair this long in a long time, which isn't that long, but I feel like when I first came out, I was so tired of being like referred to as female that I took like a really harsh turn into basically just like trans mask, even though I don't feel like I'm an incredibly masculine person, because it felt like I just needed to remove myself from that. And I think for the first time I'm starting to be more comfortable in my androgyny instead of just aggressive masculinity. Recently I dyed my hair pink. Over the last like couple months I've started wearing clothes that would be more like stereotypically feminine with clothes. I don't know. I feel like my appearance at the beginning it was just to remove myself from like the feminine ideas of me, and now I'm finally coming into androgyny.
For me, it felt really important. Certain clothes makes you feel or make you feel good, and other ones you kind of feel like not really wearing your own skin, though. That's kind of a morbid expression.
Yeah. I am in the process of like talking to doctors about top surgery and stuff like that, which
Congrats.
my parents aren't accepting of, but I'm recently 18, so I'm currently trying to navigate that. I have articles of clothing where I'm like, this would look great if I had a flat chest, and I would be very comfortable in the androgyny of what this piece of clothing would look like if I had a flat chest. So I know that there are definitely parts of me that like are still uncomfortable in my body. It's exciting.
What's the relationship, do you think, between the trans community and the non-binary community?
I identify as trans in general. I feel like being trans is a spectrum, and you can be like a trans woman, a trans man, and then everywhere in the middle. I have seen trans, like binary trans people want non-binary to be its own separate label instead of under the umbrella of trans, which I don't agree with.
When I did my documentary on bisexuality, a lot of people, or not everyone, but some people kind of felt that as far as the inclusivity of the gay community goes and like be whoever you are, kind of stops if you're not willing to pick a side, so to speak. Have you felt any pushback at all for being
I
yourself?
have I have definitely felt that before. Once again, since I'm not like super active and like talking to people online as much, I've mostly just watched it happen, but it makes me feel very uncomfortable. Just the debate on like whether I exist feels a little bit bad because I would like to think that I do and that what I feel is valid. I tend to remove myself from that whenever I see it. I'm like, oh, I gotta leave. Not right now. But yeah, I've definitely seen that. But I don't know. I haven't the only people who I've distinctly had like face-to-face conflict with is cis people just thinking that non-binary isn't a thing.
Do you feel like you're representative in media and TV shows, culture of people who have attention?
No. I have seen such a small amount of non-binary characters. Like off the top of my head, I can think of two. When I first ever heard the term non-binary and learned the definition of it, I immediately knew that I was. Like that's the moment I was like, oh yeah. So it would have been nice to have heard of or seen about non-binary people before I was in a place where it my first middle school was fairly homophobic. So like I heard about it for the first time while I was also experiencing people who were like really shitty. I don't know. That was hard to navigate. The characters I've seen have been good, but I've only seen 2. So out of all of media, it does not feel like enough. Like the first time I ever saw something that even seemed to consider gender was in Star Trek Next Gen, and it was like about a robot. So I feel like a lot of non-binary characters, other than the ones that I'm thinking of, like any other sort of this character doesn't have gender, it's like they're a robot, which isn't human, which is fun to see, but not like exactly the grounded representation. It's like, what if that happened? That's weird, but it does.
You think you'll be able to change that a little bit in animation?
I hope so. A lot of animation seems to be like really progressive media, so I think it would be great to have more representation. My dream is to work at Pixar, and I know the people who work there are very open, and I went to tour there once and I was given like a rainbow flag queer Pixar card. Like, I don't know, they feel like the studio that would start queer expression on a wide scale. It would be nice to see a feature film with non-binary characters, and if I could work on it, that'd be really cool. I don't think I have anything explicit that I want to add other than like non-binary people exist, and I think people just need to think about that more often.
Okay, thank you, and have a great afternoon. Bye-bye.
All right, you too. Bye.
Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next week. It's going to be a really fun video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I also want to get into fashion and other aspects of society and culture in the future, so stick around for more content, and I'll see you soon. We're going to film this one more time because there is a siren. Such is life in the city, and okay.